Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Kadash. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers in this truth. I was just meditating on this. This came up in a conversation, and we was just talking about, the scriptures and the truth, the faith, and just getting straight to the point. And the point was, look, either you're going to follow the Lord or you're going to be forced to follow the Lord. But everybody on earth is going to follow the Lord. You know how he came the first time, those followed him, and then there was some that didn't. But it's not going to be that way the second time when the Lord comes back. When the Lord returns, everybody on earth is going to be forced to follow the Lord, if you like it or not. So really, when we was talking about it, it was like, you might as well follow the Lord, be sincere about it, have faith if you're an Israelite, in the hopes of, getting salvation and inheriting the kingdom, because either way, you're still going to have to bow the knee. You're still going to have to follow the Lord and be in subjection to the Lord. So why put up a fight and be destroyed? This is for all those brothers out there. I mean, like I always used to like to say, like, at the camps. Now I know, like, there's camps that have numbers, but at all the camps, there should be hundreds of brothers, hundreds of our people out there. This should be the most popular thing in the world, which it is in a sense. But amongst the 2/3 of Jake, that don't want to get it, they want to watch sports. They want to follow these false idols, they favorite basketball player, they favorite rapper, favorite entertainer and stuff like that. But all those men are going to have to bow down to the Lord. And all those men are going to have to follow the Lord and be forced to. Either they're going to come willingly, or they're going to be forced to follow the Lord. There's no way around it. So when I came into the truth, it was like, it's fewer, many are chosen, but many are called, but few are chosen. So it was really just the Lord choosing me to get into it. And that's with every man that comes into the truth. No man gets in the truth or comes into the truth if the Lord didn't deem that to be so, right? So with me, one of the logical things that I was looking at is, look, you can either choose to follow the Lord, or you're going to be forced to. So why not go out there and do the work, especially when you see the bigger picture and you understand what this is all about. This is Romans chapter 14, verse 11. It says, "For it is written, as I live, saith the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to God." So you got all people on earth is going to bow to the Lord. Does that mean that all people on earth is going to get salvation? No, salvation is only for Israel, and amongst Israel, salvation is only for the elect of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanic man of those descent. But there's a whole 12-tribe chart that you could Google these days, and it'll pop up, and only the elect, pursuant to Revelations chapter 7, is going to inherit the kingdom and inherit salvation, right? Because if you inherit the kingdom, then that means that you got saved. And if you got saved and you inherit the kingdom, then that definitely means that you're going to be under that new covenant. If you're Israelite, it's not for all nations, because even though they're going to have to bow down to the Lord and they're going to have to confess his name too, does that mean that salvation is for them? Does that mean that the kingdom is for them? No. There's different things coming for different people. Some people got a judgment and a punishment coming for them. Some people got the Israelites got salvation coming for them, and the elect amongst the Israelites at that. Very important that we have to clear that up. This is Luke chapter 19, starting at verse 27. It says, "But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me." Meaning, even if you're an enemy of the Lord, especially Esau, and in the 2/3, and Eve that goes along with it, they wish that the Lord reign not over them. The Lord said, "Look, bring them here and slay them before me." Slay means kill them before me, meaning you're going to be forced to follow the Lord if you like it or not. I mean, there's just no way around it. So why not, if you're an Israelite brother and you happen to see this video, why not just put your best effort to following the Lord anyways? Why do you have to? But just like it says in Romans chapter 9, there's some vessels made to honor And there's some vessels made to dishonor, you know. But we still supposed to do our part in trying to wake up the elect, because the elect is going to be found with iniquity. There could be elect out there sinning right now that you know haven't even heard about the truth, or just heard about the truth but don't care about it, right? But could still be woken up, because the end is not yet, pursuant to Matthew chapter 24. The end is not yet. We seen the signs of the end, but the end is when Yahushua come back. And there could be some of the elect that wake up tomorrow, that wake up in a week. So that's why we still doing this work. We still pushing the videos. We still going out on the highways and byways, because we still fishing, fishing for the elect. Even if you don't see a brother wake up with your own eyes, your video could hit them, and that could take them down a whole bunch of more videos that eventually wake them up, because that's what happened with me. So I know from experience, I watch a couple videos here, a couple videos there. The Lord navigated me to following really the doctrine of GMS, because that was the one that made the most sense for me and was the truth, and spoke with my spirit. So, and then after that, you start studying, you start learning the precepts, you watching the videos, you learning from the elders and stuff like that, and you reading yourself, so you learning too. You making your videos, you get better and better with it. Then you start going out to the highways and byways and teaching, and you get hands-on experience. That's how this all works, So that's us willingly following the Lord, because like we said, you either going to willingly follow the Lord, or you're going to be forced to. This is Zechariah chapter 14. Let's just start at verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue should consume away in their mouth. That's talking about those nuclear missiles, man. It says, and it should come to pass in that day that a great atonement from the Lord should be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and on his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. And Judah shall also fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about should be gathered together. Meaning anything that they got of value, their wealth, they're going to have to give to us, and they're going to be in subjection to us and to our Lord. And silver and apparel in great abundance. And so shall be the plague of the horse and the mule and the camel and of the ass and all the beasts that shall be in these tents as this plague. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came up against Jerusalem should even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Now, does that sound like they got a choice? You see what I'm saying? Does that sound like they got a choice? No, it says they're going to have to do this. All the other nations. Now, Israel is going to be under new covenant, and it's going to be made perfect, with those new bodies, pursuant to 1 Corinthians chapter 15. But the other nations are still going to go off, but they're still going to be in subjection and forced to follow the Lord, right? In verse 17, and it shall be that whosoever will not come up of all the families of the earth into Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. Meaning there's going to be punishment if you don't. Matter of fact, verse 18, and if the family of Egypt go not up and come not that have no rain, there shall be a plague wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen. See, not the Israelites, but the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Meaning they're going to have a punishment on them. Meaning they're going to be forced to have to follow the law, statutes, and commandments too, and be under subjection. Nobody's going to be on earth for just wicked doing their own thing when the Lord comes back and establish the kingdom. Once the kingdom is established, that's it. You're going to be in subjection, or you're going to be taken care of, Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. He that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessel of powder shall they be broken to shivers, even as I receive of my Father. So the Lord is going to give the Israelites power over the nations. Why? Because Revelation chapter 3, verse 9, behold, I will make them the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. That Revelations 3:9, behold, I will make them the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which should come upon all the world, and try them that dwell upon the earth. So the point is that you might as well follow the Lord, because if you don't, you're going to be forced to. But there's a judgment for those that is forced to, of course. And then for those that willingly follow the Lord, there's a reward for it. So why not follow the Lord anyways, rather than being forced to, if you're going to get rewarded for willingly doing it? But then again, like we said in Romans 9, there's vessels made for honor, there's vessels made for dishonor. It's all really up to the Lord if he wakes you up or not, you know? So let's jump here. Just showing and bringing out that the difference between following the Lord willingly and following the Lord by force. But either way, every knee will bend to the Lord on earth. You're going to have to follow the Lord if you like it or not. So, you know, your options, when you're weighing your options on that scale, you know, usually if you got a little bit of sense, you want to make the best, you want to take the best option. Well, the best option would be to follow the Lord willingly, right? And possibly get rewarded for it, rather than the Lord having to come back and force you, and then you getting destroyed for it, right? This is Revelation chapter 18, and I'll probably just leave it here. No, I'll probably get another one. Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, and that ye receive not her plagues. Because if you don't want to follow the Lord, then you're going to receive her plague, especially, you know, Revelations 18 talking about Mystery Babylon, which is America. You know, if you don't want to follow the Lord and the Lord has to force you, then you're going to be partakers of those plagues. You know, what is it? You know, Matthew chapter 24, you know, it tells us famines. That's a horrible, horrible way to die, of starvation. You know, different natural disasters like earthquakes in diverse places. You know, war, being killed with the sword, being delivered up. You know, those are some very grievous ways to, and grievous plagues to have to take. This is Isaiah chapter 60, and I'm just going to leave it here. It says, verse 14, and the sons also of them that have afflicted thee shall come bending into thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they should call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. And this part in the city of the Lord, because who's going to give us the power to make all the other nations bow down to us? Well, the Lord. And through bowing down to us, they're going to be bowing down to the Lord because we bow down to our Lord. So there's an order. And the order is the Israelites being in rulership, you know, and the other nations being below us. And at the same time, the other nations have a punishment that's coming for the things they did. Let's prove that real quick, and then let's finish it off maybe with Revelations. Here, let me see if I can find that. This is Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's the order. And then ending it off with Revelation. See, you go all the way from the beginning all the way to the end of the Bible, precept upon precept, but it all goes together. Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Meaning there was a new rulership on earth, a new heaven and a new sea, a new rulership on earth. And New Jerusalem just goes into talking about the Israelites. The Israelites inherit the kingdom. So with that, I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Hopefully this has been edifying. Shalom.